Now, Fish, we've got an expert joining us in the booth. Who have you got next to you?
We do. I'm going to let him introduce himself right here. He's going to tell us about this race. What do we have going on here today?
All right, guys. My name is Donny Donovan. I'm also a Class 11 racer. I'm not racing today. I got a broken collarbone, but I wouldn't call myself an expert. I've been racing a few years, but I got a good general understanding about this class and these cars.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to the booth, Donny. We look forward to hearing your insights during this race. Now, let's start with the basics. Who are the runners and riders? Who are the big guns we need to be looking out for?
I'll be honest. Looking at this lineup, there's 10 cars out there that are capable of winning this race. You know, obviously, everybody knows Blake Wilkie. He's starting mid-pack. And Ryan Rodriguez, you know, he's been one of the winningest drivers of the last few years. He's driving the LA Armor car. You know, sponsored by Slowride, and then we got there's some sleepers that I think are getting overlooked. Obviously, Oliver Flemente, he's from Ensenada. He's been super fast for years. Jim York, and people look at Jim York like, you know, he's this crazy guy, but he's
a guy with the limo sometimes, right?
He's
got a limo
limos,
at some races.
He does crazy crap, but I know Jim. He's actually a calculated driver, and he has gotten really fast. He's gotten really fast. Somebody else to look out for is Eric Reinhardt. He's been my co-driver for the last 3 years. He's got about 3 or 4 races under his belt now, and I expect him to be in the top 5. He actually has made me a lot faster of a driver. Somebody else that's really up and coming is David Sanchez. He's just right here from the high desert, so this is his backyard. He's doing really well in the desert races out here. Look for him to be out front. Obviously, the Eisenhower brothers. Chris Eisenhower they grew up racing from go-karts to trophy trucks. They're incredible drivers. One person that people might not have heard of, he came all the way from North Carolina, is Will Harris. He races UTVs, but he's been into Class 11 the last couple years now, and he's a really good driver. I heard Troy Grabowski, that's a Class 11 car, you know, coming from their trophy truck team. I heard it's his first race. His brothers usually drive the 11 car, so I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah, and I'm loving all of this, but we're talking about innovation inside of this. This was a class that was kind of a bit dead a few years ago, but now it's really starting to pick up.
Yeah.
And we look at things like Raceline wheels, building an alloy wheel that is an exact replica of the steel wheels, because you can't buy steel wheels for these vehicles anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. You know, this Class 11 in the last, 30 years has had its ups and downs. You know, I've heard stories about, the Class 11 guys not even being able to pit with all the other classes out at desert races because they were these just oddball guys out there for fun. But there's guys like Dennis Sletton, who's been racing for 30 years now. He's racing here today, and he's one of the pioneers of this class. And I feel like him and his family have carried this class on their back through the ups and the downs over the years, and I truly believe Class 11 would not be as popular as it is today without the guys like Dennis, who have been ride or die Class 11 all these years. And
one of the things that I've always loved about Class 11 is that everyone is very open and helpful with everyone else, at least in the pits. Now, once you're out there racing, then it's kind of every man for himself, but you guys are really good about sharing new ideas. I saw on Facebook someone needed an adjuster installed. And someone like Dennis went out there and installed an adjuster in the dirt, and that's not an easy job to do in the dirt.
That was a hard thing. Dennis, Mauro Diaz, who lives right across the road out here, they were all in there helping. But don't get me wrong. This class, there's guys that are professional race car drivers in this class, and then there's 5 or 6 guys that are here this weekend that are racing for their very first time. So you're going to notice that on this track. There's going to be guys getting lapped, so the top 10 group is very, very competitive now. I mean, a few years ago, I feel like Blake was winning 75% of the races. It's not like that no more. He's still...
Yeah, if someone wants to, you just said there's these new people out here. If people are coming in right now and they're watching this and they're like, you know what, I want to go do that. How much does a Class 11 car cost nowadays? Obviously, there's a little bit of difference between a top car and a middle car. What kind of price range are we looking at?
That's a very, very open question. And there's top level Class 11 cars, people are spending about $50,000 on them now.
Did you say
50 grand.
5-0?
So 50 grand for a
But
Class 11, the top guys.
On the flip side, and this is something that I'm getting ready to start in our shop at Slowride Garage next week, is we're gonna build a Class 11 for all my friends and guys that I work with on a budget, and I'm very confident that we will be able to build a Class 11 car that will be competitive enough to compete with the top 5 drivers. We're going to try to do it for under 20,000.
Yeah,
And
that's
are
what-
you going to be documenting all of that on your
We
socials and
are.
everything?
That's our goal, and that is the goal, is to really focus on our YouTube channel and focus on how we build. We're gonna say, hey, this is what I recommend, because there's ways, you could, every part you can buy brand new top of the line, or you could find a used German. For instance, fenders. You buy a new fender, you spend a couple $100. You can still find old fenders in the swap meets for $20, $30 sometimes. So there are parts out there.
So we've got people at home, they're sitting there going, okay, Class 11, it's a VW Beetle, but what safety modifications do you need to make to these cars so they can become race cars, not just VW Beetles?
Yeah. First and foremost, all the Class 11 cars that you're going to see on the track today have a full roll cage, and most of them will meet USACs. They'll meet almost the toughest safety standards. So the thing that I always tell people about this class and why I'm so confident and comfortable racing in this class is, not only are you racing a car with a full roll cage that has to be at least 1.5 inches thick, 0.95, but it's inside of a full metal car. So a UTV, you're racing a roll cage with some panels on it. And Class 11, you're racing a full metal car with a full roll cage, safety roll cage in it. So.
And it's almost like, because you can take the body off of that pan, it's almost like you have kind of the strength of a body-on-frame vehicle, right? Because you've just got that pan and then the body bolts on top of it. So, and in the front, because you've got those torsion leafs in the front, it's a little bit of a stronger thing. Now in the rears, can they run a swing axle and a regular IRS?
Yeah.
It's your choice.
I don't think there's any cars out here today running a swing axle transmission. I might be wrong. There might be one that I don't know about. 90% of people, 95% of people in this class nowadays are racing with the IRS, that independent rear suspension, just because it is, a little bit stronger. The drums are stronger and whatnot. So that is open, that is.
But you need to have the stock 1600 motor, and there's very little that you can actually do to that motor to get more horsepower. Most of these vehicles are like 50, 60 horsepower.
When you say stock 16, it is not a stock 1600 anymore. It's a 1600 cc engine with lots of factory specs, but the fact that it has to be a 1600 cc engine is what is making this class so expensive. So, to get a lighter rod that are lighter pistons and cylinders, so that's driving the cost up of building an engine. So from what my guess is, the fastest car out here might be close to 100 horsepower in their engine nowadays, and those engines are getting pretty pricey. I mean, there's a lot of good EMPI parts on a car to make it superior, but for half the price, you could probably get into the 80-something horsepower range, and in the desert, a lot of the races, you can still be competitive right now.
Yeah, and your motor, when you just try to push it to 80, your motor is going to last a lot longer than if you're going all out with 100. So it's trying to find that happy medium of what is your goal. If your goal is to win, then sure, you got to put that money in and you got to take that risk of blowing up your motor every other race. If you just want to have fun and be like mid-pack and just be part of the group, like you're going to do fine with 80 horsepower.
Yeah, honestly, there's races that you can win in 80 horsepower. I mean, there's a lot of races that 75% of the people don't finish. So a lot of times finishing is everything, and I think that's a big reason why they changed the course the last minute. Now that we're going to be racing on the short course, is the track is just too rutted out. It's too deep, and Dave came over and told us, he's like, 80% of the guys are not going to be able to make it up the first hill and around the track.
Right.
And therefore, after the leaders come around, if they do make it through there, it's going to be a dead end.
Right.
So
And these transmissions that they have, these are also stock bug transmission. You can't upgrade to a bus transmission like you can in other classes, and you're just 4 speeds forward and a reverse.
The rule of this class is you have to run stock gear ratios. So the way to change the gearing in this class is your tire size. So it's a catch-22. Sometimes you want to run a smaller tire for your gear ratio purposes, but you lose the clearance. So it gets pretty strategic, and then changing the course at the last minute, it threw a lot of people off.
Yeah.
People who are running a desert tire, they would have been running a much shorter tire if they would have known it's going to be on a short course. So it's always interesting, and that's why I say there's 10 people out there that are capable of winning this race today.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. I mean, you look at it and you're like, well, it's just a stock bug. Like, what could go into it? And it's like, no, everything goes into it. Everything.
It's a lot. In engine-wise, I'd say there's 4 or 5 guys out there, engine builders, that have been building and tweaking Class 11, these 1600 engines for years. Tim Sletton's one of them. George Jimenez Racing is one of them. Competitive Edge is one of them. And they've spent so much time dynoing and making these tiny little adjustments to keep the car legal, the engine legal for the class, to gain just one little extra horsepower here and there.
Yeah, it's a small catch monkey, right? You gotta have a lot of little tiny small goals, and then you catch the monkey, which is the prize.
Exactly.
So how many cheaters do we have out here today, you think?
I'll be honest.
Give me a number. You don't tell me who. I just want to know who.
I honestly don't think there's any. There's always a lot of finger pointing in this class.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
It's the giveaway when you can hear 8 cylinders.
It's happened for years. The guys who are winning the most, everybody's like, they gotta be cheating. I've heard that about Blake so many times. And there's tracks where he truly outdrives everybody. And in a drag race on the street, his car would not be that much faster than anybody. But Ryan Rodriguez is another one. I expect him to be out front. I think he's got by far the wrong. Yeah. Yep. Will do. Yeah. So
do we have any kind of? I mean, this is not this race doesn't matter in terms of like points or anything like that. But is there a big prize for this race for these guys?
Okay, so what we're doing this year for King of the Hammers races, we got PRP and EMPI are the title sponsors for this race. They've donated a lot of parts, and we got this white bug out front that we're actually going to be parting out to the top 11 finishers. So something completely different and unique that we're doing. King Shocks donated a full set of Class 11 shocks, and those have kind of been the industry standard for years. So first place finisher today gets to choose anything off of that white bug out front, whether it be the King Shocks, the PRP seats, the EMPI trans case. EMPI donated a bunch of different parts. EMPI carburetors is what everybody uses, and that's one of the things. But yeah, so that's there's 11 prizes that we've created. Boxo donated a tool roll set, and the list goes on.
So whoever wins or whoever is placing, they can choose one item.
One item
off of the white bug.
Yeah.
And is that your white bug?
It's not my white bug anymore. I donated the white bug to this prize. So I would put a value of the bug maybe $1,500 because it has a great perfect front end. That's a perfect core to build for this class. It's got a transmission. The body's pretty solid. The pan's fairly solid. So yeah, that's one of the prizes. If you pick the car, you get the body, the shell, the front end, and the transmission only. But my guess is the King Shocks are going to be one of the first prizes to go, just because that's.
I'm not being funny, but I'm really hoping that this kind of prize echoes down into other classes.
No, this is an amazing idea. I love
Can you
this
imagine
idea.
having one of the Gomez cars where you can pick any bit you want?
It kind of happened just randomly, just Blake and I talking about ideas of what's going to happen here at King of the Hammers, and we kind of came up with this, So
it's a great idea.
It's fantastic.
Right, let's bring this on back a bit. So we've heard all about the cars, how you make a Class 11 car out of a standard VW Beetle. We've heard a little bit about what it takes to be out there racing. Fish, let's talk a little bit about this course out there, because there's been a couple of changes, hasn't there?
Yeah, I think we're going to kind of find out together once we see them start going out here exactly what our course is going to be, which they're doing right now. So here we go. This is supposed to be a sight lap, and we're going to hopefully we can get a drone if we can to follow them the whole lap so we can see exactly where they're going. I don't know if they're only doing the infield, it sounds like now maybe. So let's see if we can figure out what we're doing here.
Yeah, this tracking is going to be interesting. We've got if you're on the YB tracker, you can see the road, the course that they were going to take, which again was our qualifying lap. So let's see what happens now.
It does look like we do have timing. So the timing page just reset and it says staging. So I'm hoping possibly, or that's for the race tomorrow. We'll find out in a few minutes here. We'll see if we have timing or not.
Well, it would be nice to have some kind of timing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it is a race.
Although saying that, this is a physical fight for first position race.
Exactly.
So if you cross the line first,
You're the
are
winner.
first.
Correct. So there's no corrected times in this race. So it kind of, the thing that's going to be the hardest is keeping track of who's done how many laps at this point, unless we have the timing here.
Now, I'm going to play dumb here. How do they work out the starting order for this race?
He said it was a random draw.
It was a random draw. They walked down the line a row of cars with a hat and numbers in it, and everybody picked.
Hey, if this was me, you could put me straight at the back. I am rubbish at those things.
So yeah, we'll see. I see Chris Eisenhower second to last, so he's at the back of the pack. But I would guess within a few laps he's in the top 6 or 7.
Now, we were chatting to our events director, Ben Napier, earlier, and he was saying that we're going to be racing 3 laps plus 1. Is that correct?
Well, no, we're going to do a lot more than that now if it's on the infield.
Gotcha.
Because we're doing 45 minutes is what they
Okay,
said.
yeah, just being here in that size. 45 minutes, then the white flag. So what's going to happen? 45 minutes of racing, and then after that, they're going to see a white flag, and they're going to get one more lap.
So it'll be whoever has finished the most laps in 45 minutes.
I'm going to get dizzy.
45 minutes is the longest short course race in the history of Class 11.
Especially if they
that.
stick just to this short course
That's
area because
endurance.
it's not very big. It's not very long.
Do all these guys have enough fuel in their car for that, do you think?
I think so. 'Cause
Yeah?
they were anticipating a desert
More miles,
a
right?
desert
Okay.
race for
So everybody should be okay on fuel.
everybody should be okay.
Okay.
All right, so they are taking out, this is their little sighting lap so they all know.
So that's Dave Cole in the front, I believe. They're leading them around in his Bronco.
I love that.
And
So this is that. None of them. They're going to have to be marking this on their GPS right now if they want to, because this is not the file that they had before. It's different.
yeah.
Yeah, co-drivers are like, how do I use
Much
this? How do I use
different.
this?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like they are going to go up into the desert at least a little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe
they're
they'll
gonna
go
go around
up
the
to the
middle.
backdoor wash.
Okay, so
No,
they
they're
are
not
gonna
going to
get
backdoor
go.
wash.
They're not, okay.
Yeah.
So wait, they're going up.
They're going to
no,
go
this is round the
straight
back of
here,
King
and
Hill.
then they're going to turn left and come back in, basically.
Awesome.
No, they're
Okay,
still
so
going up the
not
hill,
just-
dude.
I know. They're going to go left around the hill and then come back in.
Dave's freestyling.
Oh, I see what you,
He's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
left around the hill and then
Yeah.
come back in, and then they'll be back in on the short course by where the over-under jump was.
And have we fixed the gap jump? Because I would like to see that.
I don't think they're going to be
I
doing
doubt
the gap
they'll
jump.
have
That'd be
everybody in
amazing.
the gap
Just
jump.
once, just
It would
once.
not surprise me if Jim York and Diesel Ryan Rodriguez hit that gap jump.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
They should.
So from what I heard is the 40, they just finished, Tim Sletton just finished their brand new car, and if I'm not mistaken, they drew number 1 or number 2, so they're all the way up at the front. So it'll be interesting to see what they get.
This thing, you can just see there's a slight climb on the right-hand side of King Hill.
Yeah, and that can get pretty rocky and gnarly back in there. I mean, I don't think anybody has raced there for this, but there's still a lot of obstacles to get through. And then when they're going to come back around, I mean, it looks like they're going to avoid some of that area that's been dug out. But if they're racing in there, somebody might actually get pushed off into that line.
So they're going to go straight right here and go back through the over-under jump. So they're not going to be lined up to be able to hit it. Someone would have to go wide there, basically, to be able to hit
You'd have
it.
to go really wide to get enough speed for
You'd
that.
have to be literally committing suicide to
I
hit it.
Yeah.
I predict somebody's going to try to hit that.
I hope so. That would be awesome for all of us watching. So that's it.
So this
You
is
just
a-
saw the lap there.
This is a lot more than a short course race. It's going to be a fun track because going around that mountain, there's some deep whoops.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a little bit of everything in this race, from short course to the Talladega turn to whoops to some sand, some rocks.
There's going to be some The fenders are going to be left out.
I think that was a good call, honestly, because that wash, it could have just ruined the race. Remember, like Baldwin Hill did a couple years ago when only 2 people made it over.
Yeah.
That was, that would have been dumb. So I think good call here by Dave Cole changing it up.
That's the Starstream in-car of Blake. Blake and...
We've got to remember that these cars are mostly over 40 years old.
More than that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, more than 40 years old. They're two-wheel drive and running very small tires.
Yep. And running on very, very old technology. This is what kills me, as we were talking earlier about all that shock technology and everything. And then these vehicles, the technology is from, what, 1930? And it's still compatible. It's still
similar to the very first Volkswagens. And the German engineering on these things was brilliant and far ahead of their time. And there's a reason why this became the best-selling vehicle of all time. And, okay, the race started. Look at that.
Did they start?
No, when the pace car pulls off, I think that's when they're going to be.
Dave said 2 laps, but maybe he's only doing 1.
I don't know. I'm not convinced. This doesn't look like race pace to me.
Dave's still there, they said.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
He's probably just going a little faster this lap to give him a little better idea.
Okay, so if you're just joining us, this is the 2025 Toyo Tires Desert Challenge presented by Monster Energy, and we are getting ready for the 2025 Class 11 Showdown here in Hammertown, Johnson Valley, California. Fish, it's fantastic to be back out here at King of the Hammers. Are you looking forward to this?
I'm looking at that turn right there, and I'm wondering who's going to be the first one to take the very inside line of that turn right there, because that is a very unofficial turn right there, right?
I'm wondering who's going to be the first to roll it in that turn.
Actually, if you're looking there, there is an orange cone there. So
and they're coming up into that right into the sun.
I predict every lap that
going to get
corner
shorter.
is going to get wider and wider. It's going to end up in being 4 or 5 lanes and 3 laps.
It also doesn't look like the wind is going through that little valley there, because the dust is really hanging on the other side of King Mountain there. So that might get a little gnarly.
Dust.
Going into the sun and having dust?
Dust
okay,
and
now,
daylight.
Pay attention, ladies and
factor.
gentlemen, because we see Dave Cole coming down now, and he's making his way. He'll be going under the gap jump and making his way around to the start finish.
I would assume we're going to see Dave stop somewhere and stack everybody up and then get everybody on a rolling start, is what my guess would be.
All right, so the start's going to be at the straightaway after the start-finish line. So
look at the size of that
I
jump.
know that jump is-
Swallows those little Class 11s.
Was that a car parked on top of it blocking it?
Yes.
Oh, we do?
Somebody move that car.
Jim, go move that car so we can see him. Someone will do it. He'll do
Okay,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, get ready for this. This is our Class 11 Showdown for 2025. Dave Cole is stacking the pack. He's going to be coming around the corner, and I expect he's going to peel off towards the pits and let them go over the first jump. Let's see. Are you ready for this, Hammertown? Oh, yeah, here we go.
All right, that's Cole Witt in a brand new car built by the Eisenhower brothers in the pole position.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I'm expecting any time now as Dave comes around this corner onto the straightaway. I'm expecting to see Dave Cole peel away, and this race will go live.
He's going to turn in right here.
Anytime now. Get ready for this. There we go. Race time, baby. This is the 2025 Class 11 Showdown here at Hammertown.
Oh, my gosh. Look at how
That's the
close
40 car out front.
wheel-to-wheel racing right there.
Cole Witt and the 40 car.
Oh, 4 wide.
Dabrowski's
4 wide down the straightaway.
Right now.
And they're coming into the Talladega Bend. 28 Class 11 vehicles making their way into this bend. Look at this.
Oh!
Blake's made his way to 3rd place already. Now.
And they're coming into the Talladega Bend. 28 Class 11 vehicles making their way into this bend. Look at this.
Oh, 4 wide.
Dabrowski's
4 wide down the straightaway.
Right
and they're coming into the Talladega Bend. 28 Class 11 vehicles making their way into this bend. Look at this.
Oh!
Blake's made his way to 3rd place already. Not even half a lap. That's what I'm saying.
It's pushing hard here. So, Donny, who we got out in front there?
Out there, that's Cole Witt in the brand new car built by the Eisenhower brothers at their shop. And
Blake Wilkie's made past. He's made himself up into 2nd position.
Yep. Then we got Oliver Clemente right behind Blake now. He's already at 3rd place.
All right, so this started at about 3 minutes ago. The timer is working if you guys are looking at the timer.
There's number 1, our 11:51. That's Will Harris. He's a sleeper. He's a really good driver. He came all the way out here from North Carolina. I expect to see him, moving up a couple more spaces.
Now, Emmy, you called it. You said about the sunshine shining down in there, and look at the dust as well. And there's people already trying to find lines going wide.
So it looks like on the timing here, we might be racing for 35 minutes, not 45, because the countdown timer is going from 35.
I did hear it was a 35-minute race.
Okay, so 35 minutes. We're at 33 minutes right now.
It looks like Blake Wilkie has made the lead. So Blake Wilkie, where did he start?
He started.
He was mid-pack.
10th, I believe.
There's his live in car right there with Blake.
Very good line at the beginning of the race. Went wide outside and passed quite a few people.
Yeah, he passed a lot of people in the infield right there when it just first off the line.
I believe that's Oliver Flemente's in third place. And it's that brand new Eisenhower car of the Cole Witt's driving in second place still. They started at the front and they're holding their position.
It's Blake Wilkie, Cole Witt, Oliver Flemente, Kevin Reardon, Diesel Ryan, Brian Crofts, Will Harris, Jim York. That's your top 8.
All right, so Wilkie turned in a fast lap of 2:14.
So 2:14 is the pace set there.
Lap times. I'm sorry.
And it's Blake Wilkie. Now I'm looking down my list here. He was starting right the way back down there, but this is a man, he knows everything there is to know about racing Class 11s.
Okay, Diesel Ryan in the LA Armor car, he's moved into 4th position.
Yeah, we almost need the cameras to focus on the middle to the backpack, right?
Yeah,
more
absolutely.
Action back there.
Where the racing is.
Yeah, it's too easy up front here.
Exactly. We're watching Blake just checking out there. And the thing that makes these cars so great is the potential for overtaking. And it really is a spec class.
It's a limited class, definitely. Spec, limited.
And look at them coming. That dust is just, I mean, it's funny, here in town the wind is blowing, but right out there a quarter mile away from here, that dust is hanging.
In driving, they're driving right into the sun as it's coming down. So every year this race, it's strategic. You're driving into the sun, so between the sun and the dust, it's technical.
And here comes Wilkie one more time, making his way round. Coming through, and he will be completing lap 2.
Yeah, so we're going to get about 14 or 15 laps here.
Yeah.
This is a fun race. Every year, King of the Hammers is definitely something I look forward to. It's, there's a little bit of everything in this race every year.
But you've got to be so careful out there on this course. You think you've got it dialed, you come around that corner, all of a sudden you get that little kicker and puts you up on your side.
It's crazy how big of a lead Blake has already. How does he have such a big lead after 2 laps? Like, out of all these cars?
He got through the pack really fast. The first lap, I seen everybody was bunched up low inside. He railed the outside berm and passed like 5 people.
Yeah.
So he's got clean air now, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, he's really good at picking his way through stuff and understanding, looking ahead, not just looking at the car in front of him, but looking 2-3 cars in front of him so that he can kind of plan his route around those vehicles.
Oh, we've got a fender hanging off here.
That's Will Harris.
Oh, is that Will?
That's Will Harris from North Carolina in the
oh, we got somebody
car.
stopped.
Forest land, feet twice the size of a penny man, rising from the ground, smacking dust in the seat with the.
He's up there.
Have a good answer. Just do what you love. Toyo Tires.
Yes, he's up there. Oh, somebody's hood flew up. That's Class 11 101. Tie down your hood. It will fly up.
What is that called, Jim? The bonnet? Or?
Yeah, we call that a bonnet where we're coming from. But I've also had one fly up as well. As we're watching the Slug Shark there, Blake Wilkie's car.
There's Dennis Sletton. Here he comes.
So if you're just joining us, this is the 2025 Class 11 Showdown here at King of the Hammers in Johnson Valley, California. And PRP have stepped up to sponsor this year. Doing great things.
Along with EMPI, they're always a contributor to this class. They have been for years,
Now, Fish, we've been watching Class 11 for so many years. What I love is they race on different racetracks. So we see them racing in Baja, we see them racing at the Mint, we see them racing here, we see them racing at Crandon, and nothing seems to phase them.
No,
Yeah.
the class gets bigger all the time. You see more entries. I mean, there's some races these guys have had 50 cars in the race now. It's crazy.
And can you imagine if there were a bunch of trophy truck drivers and they said, "Oh, we're going to change your course," and it would be an outrage. Wouldn't happen, and these guys are just like, "Oh yeah, sure, that's cool. We can handle it."
Absolutely, as we watch our current race leader, that is Blake Wilkie in the Slug Shark. And that's the 1129.
Yeah, and this is his first race in a brand new car, holding it second place, Cole Witt. That's very impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, he's killing that. And let's not forget, we've got some really big names out there. But actually, I haven't seen Cowboy's car out there.
I didn't see him. I don't think he's...
No, I don't think he's racing. And still
He's
battle
training right
continues.
now.
But we've got everybody has completed a lap now except for Caden Wells. Rodney
that's a
Hubin
bummer.
is just on his first lap, but everyone else is on second, third, or fourth lap.
That's a bummer. Caden is a extremely good driver. He races UTVs and Class 11 sometimes, and I was looking forward to seeing him out here.
Now my tracker is showing Chris in first place right now.
That is definitely incorrect.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's doing. It's showing him an adjusted time in first place, but this is not an adjusted time race.
Right.
So what we've got is Blake Wilkie is ahead,
Right.
but Chris Eisenhower is actually beating him
There's
if there was
the
an adjusted
Grabowski
time
car.
situation on it.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw away
Holy
this
cow,
timer
this
then and
truck.
watch.
The track looks really rough. Oh my gosh.
But that's the one thing we
There's
love.
Cole
Oh, look at this
Rimmer. That's a
fantastic
battle.
action
That's a
here.
battle.
Ooh, double wide over the jump. Yeah,
Let's see if
buddy.
he can take the old high-low on this berm and make a pass.
They are so cool. There is our current race leader.
I wish that's Blake. He's checking out. Let's see. Hopefully we can see how far back second and third place are.
Just waiting to see across the line. So Cole Witt's just crossing the line just behind him.
Look at how they're racing shoulder to shoulder right there inside the cabin. There is no room.
Yeah, Blake's holding a very strong sort of 1.5 second lead at the moment. Doesn't sound like much, but when you're there, it feels like forever. It looks like a much bigger.
Whoa, that was some good air.
There's Ryan in the LA
Oh, what a
Armor car.
fantastic
Here's
view.
Oliver Clemente right behind him.
That was awesome. Now, both of them seem to, when they went off that jump, both of them seem to kind of tilt a little towards driver.
It's just it's stiff suspension, unlike like a trophy truck. So if you don't hit something just 100% dead on,
You'll kick out a little bit?
A little bit, you will. Yes.
So is Blake's car still the original Slug Shark, or is this a new build?
No, this is the new Slug Shark. Believe it or not, the original Slug Shark is the car Chris Eisenhower's driving.
Gotcha.
I love the numbers. It looks like they were put on with painter's tape.
Yeah,
Makes me
those
happy.
were.
Yeah, that's Kevin
That's
Reardon.
the new 40 car. Yep.
And I love the fact that every single one is individual.
Yeah, that's what's great. You can really, really tell. Once you get to know the vehicles, you can tell who is whose.
This is a very interesting race, totally different to what they're expecting and what they're used to. And here comes our current race leader. That is none other than Blake Wilkie in the Slug Shark.
Ooh, too wide up over the jump. That's cool.
Do you think they go, oh yeah, I've shot him, this is my new car. This one's only 42 years old, so there's loads of legs left in this.
yeah.
I've gone for that slightly more lightweight aluminium brake piston.
Now, can these guys have disc brakes at this point, or are they still on drums?
We're on drum brakes all the way around. There are other races like in Mexico that do allow disc brakes in Class 11, but there's no races in the States currently that allow disc brakes in Class 11. And who knows, as the class evolves, there's a good chance in the next few years that might change.
And would that be as a safety thing, or? just a common sense thing
It's
as
to
parts
keep
run out?
it's to keep the integrity of the class and to keep the cost down. And I feel like that's why all the race sanctions try to keep the rules the same every year. Little things have changed over the years, but you know, Class 11, also known as the stock bug class. That's what this is. So that's.
Yeah, but if you've got vehicles now that can make 100 horsepower, to try to be mitigating that with a brake drum instead of a disc.
And that's a great argument. That's a good reason why it might change, is for safety purposes down the road. You know, the engines are a lot faster than they were when they were bone stock, and so why are the brakes still bone stock? So.
And these things weigh like what, 2,200 pounds, 23, something like that?
No, that's a heavy car. I would say the average car right now is probably 1,900 pounds. There's people who have built them all the way down in the 1,500 pound range, and you know, so there's pros and cons to doing that. You know, you lose strength, and you know, but I would say, to me, the ideal car for this race would be about a 1,800 pound car.
Okay, now Blake Wilkie's crossing the line. He's still our current race leader, and he is catching lap traffic. We're a little under halfway in this race.
So I got an update. The reason why Caden Wells hasn't completed a lap is because he's actually still sitting out on the desert course, broken since lap 2 of the race earlier today. So he never started this race. That's why we haven't seen him come around. He's still in the desert.
Oh, sorry, Caden.
It's
We
a
wanted
bummer
to
for
see
him.
you race.
The good news is his Class 11 car is still prepped and ready to go.
Hey, Fish, come on, let's do it.
Yeah.
I know, if we leave right
Yeah,
now,
there's still 20 minutes left.
I got my suit, let's go. I don't know, I kind of feel like we need to have some live show people in this race next year with the live camera and live audio.
Okay.
Oh, is that? I'm trying to figure out who's second place. It's hard to see in the monitors. Blake's clearly out front still.
Yep, Cole Witt is still showing in second on our timing.
Yeah, and Diesel Ryan Rodriguez is still showing in third place. Got a little bit of a flick around, but it does look like Chris Eisenhower is on the charge and making his way up through the field.
And that's something that I did expect, man. He's a really, really good driver.
Yeah, he's a wheel man for sure.
Yep, that's Dennis Sletton going through the S-turn underneath the gap jump.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's the desert section right there, the in-car of Blake's footage. You know, that's just
There we
just
go.
a little idea of a Class 11 car. You know,
Over 25 years on King Shocks, the leader in off-road shock.
EMPI. Quality, speed, and innovation. Speed equipment.
the Class 11 car. So, I mean, the PRP suspension seats that most guys are running, really help quite a bit, and it's just about dialing in your suspension.
And those suspension seats are actually like mounted on a spring, right? So it gives you.
No, they're bolted to the chassis.
They're bolted
But
to
when
the
it says
chassis, okay.
Suspension, it's just inside of the seat.
Okay.
which is the complete opposite of what we have in most race cars, because most race cars you want a nice thin
rigid.
seat, so you bolt that to it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you let the very expensive suspension do all the work.
Yeah.
Now, I've been looking out here. It looks like our top three.
There's
So
David
Blake
Sanchez
Wilkie,
right there in the Laba Fedora 1196 car. He's an up and comer. Oh, he's battling with Jim York. Let's see what happens.
We're just about halfway through. We have 16 minutes remaining right now. So they've done 9 laps. We're actually going to get more laps than I thought. We're going to about 18 laps in.
Absolutely. And our top 3 at the moment are at Diesel Brian Rodriguez, and in second is Cole Witt, and in first position is Blake Wilkie. Now, these 3 cars have properly checked out, and there's only around about sort of 4 seconds between Blake and the third place car. So there's still all to play for if Blake makes a mistake or if Blake gets caught up in traffic.
Ooh,
Oh, big wheel
the
stand
40
there.
car went on 2 wheels right there. A little bit of bumping and grinding right there.
Yep, we got a fender off.
Yeah, that's Kevin Reardon. It's his first race in that brand new Sletton built
Oh, just his
car.
first race in this car.
First car,
Yeah.
first race ever, I believe. But,
Really?
But yeah, that car, it's for the 40 up there. That's their, their car. So
Oh, that was
that
that
Blake?
was some big air.
That was nearly through the barrier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Was that Blake?
oh yeah, look at that. That was first and second. That was about 3 seconds
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
Blake
And-
almost hit the barrier.
That's definitely one of those moments where his co-driver's going, calm it down. You're going, yeah, I meant to do that. That's fine. Because that's what all
Yeah, well, you're
drivers
trying to
say.
put on a show, right?
Yeah.
You know, we've got a lot of spectators out there standing around watching these guys come around the corner.
That's Eric Reinhardt off to the side right there. That's number 1176 in the baby blue. That's my co-driver most of the time. Something went wrong. He's not moving.
Now, do a lot of these cars have names as well as just their race numbers? Do the drivers name them?
Some do. The name of my car is Rookie Roxanne. Blake's is the Slug Shark, or his new car is the Mako Shark. So I don't know about everybody else, but
Donnie, are you the one that normally runs with the cooler on the roof?
that is me.
That's you,
yes. Yeah.
Like this old school like Coleman cooler, like the kind that we had when we were kids. It's pretty awesome.
And the reason for that, before I got into racing Class 11, I've been into just restoring stock Volkswagens for the last 25 years. And, I just like the vintage look, the vintage accessories. And, I try to carry that, into my race cars.
So we're watching our current race leader there. There's Blake Wilkie.
Oh, Eric Reinhardt's up and running.
Yeah, and the top 3 have now passed through to complete their 11th lap. There's still a good race out there between the top 3.
And in lap traffic can make a big difference. Let's see.
Did
Let's
you
see
see
if the
that?
second
That
and
nearly
third.
stalled there. Yeah, look, Blake's really got caught up there. So where's
Yeah,
second place?
Look at
They're
that.
second.
Yep, they're second. Oh, look at that. And let's see if we see how far back third is. And there's third. They're all on, from one turn to the next. There's first, second, and third. Oh, he passed him back, and that Blake just lost a couple seconds right there.
Oh,
And-
yeah, second place goes wide,
They
though.
went wide too. So
Yeah.
let's see. Third place is Diesel Ryan right here. Let's see if he can. He took that corner a little cleaner, stayed out of the rough, and closed in on him a little bit.
That's that thing. When you see the car ahead and you're trying to catch
That-
them,
that might be-
just try a little bit
That
too
might
hard.
be Cole Wimmer in fourth place. It's hard to tell at this point, but he's looking pretty good out there. This is Jim York battling with David Sanchez again in the Liquid Molly Dixon car, and David Sanchez in the Laba Fedora, world's best fish taco car right there.
And who doesn't love fish tacos? So that's a great shot of our course here in Hammertown. If you're just joining us, you've missed an incredible day of action, but you can check it out again on YouTube. Go and search for the 2025 Toyota's Desert Challenge presented by Monster Energy. And today was all about the limited race, and what a race it was, Fish.
Definitely one of the best races that we've seen out here.
We saw Brock Hager bring home the win with Doug Matag in second place and Dallas Gonzalez in third. But right now it's all about the PRP Class 11 Showdown here in Hammertown.
We've got about 11 and a half minutes of racing left. So far, it's been Wilkie's world, and we're all just living in it. But anything can change, especially as we get into lap of traffic here. But so far, Wilkie looking pretty darn good.
Yeah, he's absolutely smoking hot right now. And behind him is Cole Witt and Diesel Ron Rodriguez.
Yep, I anticipate the gap starting to close a little bit. You know, anything can happen.
Now, talking about this, Donny, are these guys going to be on radios to their pits? Are they going to know what's going on inside these cars?
Some of the guys do have radios. Some of the guys probably don't. You know, almost all of them have communications with their co-drivers. And
see, the one thing I'm noticing a big difference is I'm not seeing many Starlings on these cars.
Oh, there's Eric Reinhardt in the Slowride car. Looks like
Blake's got one because we can watch his in-car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Star. Yeah, the Starstream system. I think it's coming. It's getting more and more popular, but it's just this is like a kind of a budget class still. So that's just one more thing that.
Well, and the Starlings pull a fair amount of electricity. So do you then, like, are you able to upgrade your alternator or upgrade your battery if you're running a Starlink?
The new ones aren't a big deal. The new minis, they don't use much power.
They don't?
So it's not a big deal for running a mini. Yeah.
I foresee a lot of Class 11 cars having that in the near future.
Yeah.
It's just one thing at a time, you know.
Yeah.
You know, this class, it's unlike a lot of the other classes. It's, you know, it's
taken them over 40 years to get to the race course. And you're not expecting them to suddenly just catch up just like that.
I just want a live feed because I want to hear the audio from it.
Lots of screaming and shouting. Oh, we've got a car stopped on course.
Oh, that looks like Oliver Clemente.
Oh, that was one of our top runners there, fourth place.
Yeah, he's been in fourth.
Out of the car. Looks like it. It's dangerous in the turn.
Yeah, no, that's a good place to stay in the car and let the course workers take you out.
Yeah,
when I say take you out, I mean remove you from the course.
Unless the car's on fire, then you suggest taking it out.
Most of the time, the safest place to be is inside the vehicle, inside your caged vehicle.
I feel like this is one of the best battles on the track right now has been Jim York and David Sanchez. I mean, it's
those whoops are
lap
giant.
after lap. Look how deep those are, and that's, you know, and that's the smooth course. You know, one can't imagine the part of the course that they were originally going to drive on.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't have been realistic. It looks like half the cars are already broken and out of this race. So
yeah.
So there's a good chance almost everybody that finishes will get a prize. Top 11 drivers. There's 11 prizes.
Perfect.
11 top 11 finishers will get to pick something off of the car. And one thing that we always do in Class 11 is first gets the first pick, second gets second pick, but 11th place is going to get fourth pick off of the car. So whoever ends up with 11th place is going to end up with something pretty good.
Are we doing a prize for last place?
It was something that got mentioned, but I guess we'll see. If 11 people don't finish, then who knows? Maybe the first person out will get something.
Okay, there's our current race leader. That is Blake Wilkie. So, Donny, is that the Mako Shark or the Slug Shark?
That's the Mako Shark.
The Mako Shark, right? Because the original one was the Slug Shark, wasn't it?
And that's now Eisenhower's driving the Slug.
Eisenhower's driving the Slug Shark. So the Yokohama car is Blake Slug Shark, as far as I know. It's still, after all those races, it's still a competitive car. I mean, that just goes to show the durability of these cars and a lot of these parts that we're using.
Yeah, and the top three are really starting to walk away with this now, but the gap is remaining the same. So Blake did amazing things there trying to get out ahead, but he's not pulling away. He's just keeping that constant gap.
Yeah, you see Blake going that way. You see, that's Troy Grabowski. It's his first race. He's still in it. He just made it through the hill climb with the deep whoops. And same thing, lap after lap. Jim York and David Sanchez still battling right there. And here comes Blake.
I was going to say they're going to get lapped.
They're going to get lapped, but they're the fastest people to get lapped right now. So it's not going to be easy to get by those guys. I do not foresee Jim York pulling over and letting Blake go. And I don't see David just pulling over because
you know, they are capable of running his pace.
Now, we were talking about this a minute ago. A lot of these guys don't have spotters. So if this was a genuine short course race, there'd be spotters, and those spotters would be told to
Exactly.
tell those guys to move out of the way.
Quite a few of the guys have spotters, but we'll see. You know, just the fact that they're so close, they're within a car length of each other. They don't want to slow down because they're in their own race.
Yeah, lap traffic can play
and
such
I
a
think,
massive part.
You know, I think they might be in, you know, 5 or 6 place. So Dennis Sletton's still out there. That looks good. Number 1109. This is his first race ever, also, and you know that's, you know, Evan Loffer. He's still on the track. He's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like the Diesel Ryan Rodriguez has pulled back a little bit from the top 2, but Cole Witt is right there, right behind Blake Wilkie. I'm guessing somewhere around about sort of 3 seconds behind him.
Yeah. Number 1181 is Chris May. He's still out there charging too.
I'm just looking for Cole Witt there. Yeah, just see him in the background. No, I'm guessing more like 5 seconds actually. So maybe Blake's just pulled away a little bit. Those air-cooled motors.
Here comes Dennis Sletton.
I love that
still out
Dennis
there
is out
charging.
there.
Oh yeah,
That's great. Now in desert racing, when the Class 11s are out with the
Look at these guys.
look at
there
that.
they are. Look at, and there comes Blake coming up right on this big battle. I mean, they're fender to fender, and now Blake's right behind him in the single track section of the course. So look at Blake's dead stuck behind Jim, and you know, Cole Witt's closing the gap now. So,
Yes, oh, did you see that?
yeah,
We saw Blake go out
Blake
really
went
wide.
super wide trying to pass, but that wide line's not any faster. Oh wow, look at that.
Maybe.
Look at Blake went 3 lines wide to try to get around these guys. Just because,
Now, that
you know,
opens the door for Cole Witt behind him.
and Cole Witt, he closed the gap for sure. It didn't work. He's, you know, Blake is still.
But then you also got to remember that Cole Witt's got to get past these guys as well. And
Exactly.
That's the double whammy of trying to get past
But-
back markers.
But
Right,
when-
and we've
if-
only got 4 minutes and 24 seconds left.
If Cole comes up on him on the super wide part of the short course track, you know, he might get past him faster, and you know, it's just part of racing. But yeah, these guys are fast. You know, David and Jim York, they're capable of running the same lap times as Blake. So I don't, you know.
So why do you think that Blake's managed to pull away from them today? He's got some super special fuel.
He's a damn good driver, as much as I hate to admit it, because he's one of my biggest competitors. I got to give it to him, and you know, not only a good driver, he shows up prepared, but
Yeah,
it's his suspension. Look at how deep those whoops are in the hill climb, and he's just got his King shocks dialed. It's
Whoa!
2-wheel motion right there for the 40.
Yeah, that's Kevin Reardon sticking it up on 2. Everyone loves a bicycle ride.
But I would say that's Blake's biggest advantage is his suspension, and you know, like the King shocks that he's ran
I
since
think
day
you nailed
one.
it when you said his preparation. His
Yeah.
preparation is total.
Yeah, you know, Diesel Ryan, he just made the switch to King, and you know, his car's looking really good too. David Sanchez is another King shocks driver, and you could just see him handle through those whoops right there.
All right, so which car is Cole Witt here that we're looking at?
That's the yellow.
Black and fluorescent
This
yellow
one
right
right
here.
here?
He went
Okay.
wide.
So
He
we really
tried to
only
take-
have 2 laps. Oh, they just changed the timing. Now it says 40-minute race.
What? Oh my
Hey, let's get
gosh.
things fluid. Let's move
Yeah,
things
hey.
around a bit.
That's
So I
it's
don't
because it's
know
getting
how-
interesting, huh?
How long are we going? Now it says 40 minutes.
Oh, who was that? Oh,
Is that Eisenhower? No.
No, that's Cole Wimmer. Oh man, I hate to see that. He's on his side, but look at how
Yeah, now we're stacking
One
up the
car
field.
on their
Yeah.
side, you know, now
is,
look at-
Is this going to play into the hands of Cole Witt? Is Cole Witt going to be able to close the door?
Well, I don't know how much time
Yes.
is left because it just changed.
Hey, don't worry,
Yeah.
Fish, we'll just make this up. It's
Yeah.
great racing. Keep going, keep going.
Just watch for a white flag, and then we'll know when the last
we'll
lap
know,
is,
yeah.
I guess, right?
We're gonna
what a
find-
bummer to see
We're gonna find out later.
Cole Wimmer on his side. He puts a ton of time and work and effort into his own race program.
Yeah, and I don't even know if Recovery, well, I mean, Recovery hopefully is going to be able to have time to get out there, get him righted up.
Yeah, they can just make everybody go around the front side of it like they were doing earlier.
Yeah. And see right here, just stay in the car, dude.
Yeah,
stay in the
do
car.
not move.
Oh, look at the 40. Where are
The 40's like, wait, what do I do?
He's like,
Kevin, where do I go? This is
there's Dennis Slutton. Take it easy, guys. There's a car on their side.
Okay, look at this. Rob, we can see Cole
That's
Whitney. He's second
11:21.
place car.
Yeah, second place car having to get past Jim, and Jim's fast. Jim is a good driver. He's not going to just let somebody pass.
Oh!
Wow,
bicycled
the
on the
star
lap
of the
before.
show tonight is Kevin Reardon in the 40 brand new car. Holy cow, bicycling all over the place.
Back it up, Terry.
He held it. He held it.
There he goes.
It's the letters.
and
Yeah,
back
nice.
out there.
It does
the
look
numbers.
like Blake Wilkie has pulled away. Oh,
Oh, what
There we go.
a terrible / great shot.
The EMPI powered Avid Motorsports car driven by Cole Wimmer.
That's one way to get some advertising for your
I
sponsors.
know, right? And the thing is he could still go. I mean, it's not like the vehicle is broken. He just dumped it on its side. I mean, they're practically made for that, right? So
They
all
are.
he needs to
Yeah,
do
they're
is
gonna flip it over, and if somebody went out there, flip it over, he'd be good to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
they're
just
letting
pulling
him
him
out.
now,
yeah.
I think.
No, just flip him over and let him go.
All right, so
Let's see how close they are.
we didn't see a white flag right there, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
So I think we got another 5 minutes maybe.
Yeah. Now, Blake, it does look like Blake's pulled out a little bit of a lead on Cole Witt. I'm guesstimating somewhere around about 8 seconds now. Cole got caught up between the two cars behind him.
Still 8-10 seconds on a 40-minute race. That's not much.
No, it's not much, but when you're behind somebody,
It's a lot,
million
yeah.
miles.
Now, when these vehicles are out in regular desert racing where they're mixing it up with other classes, the rule is you do not nerf a Class 11.
Yeah,
Do
that
not
you're-
nerf a Class 11 because what will happen is they have to run those stock
Deck
bumpers,
lids.
and
Yeah,
it just
stock bumpers.
bashes right into their alternator and kills their motor.
I did see Diesel Ryan right there. He's closed the gap on second place, so that's going to be interesting. He is known for coming from behind at the last second, so hopefully the camera shows that's turning into a good battle.
And we can see the physical lead there that Blake has.
Let's look and see. Should be at least one more lap before a white flag because he's still got 4 minutes left.
Looks like they're taking them around the side of the jump now so they can recover that vehicle. So there's Blake coming round. Now, where's the second place vehicle?
Yeah, no flag
I
yet.
did not see a white flag.
Nope.
There's second and third coming in that turn. So let's see. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Second went wide, third closed the gap.
I reckon that's about a 5 or 6 second lead there, isn't it?
Yep.
That's the thing with this class. It's so difficult. If you make a single mistake, you drop seconds.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
about that consistency, and you've got to applaud Blake. He's been
it's-
absolutely flawless.
Yeah, you see him coming up, the big EMPI logo on his front hood. You know, I mean, they've backed him since he started, and you know he's tested their parts and showed time and time again, you know, how well they hold up.
Oh no! Is that the faulty of Terry Reardon?
Yeah, yeah,
Look like he pulled off with the problem, huh?
yeah. Up,
Second
Diesel
place.
Ryan pulled in front of Cole Witt for second place.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good battle. I mean, they're both super fast.
Yeah, you were saying that Diesel Ryan likes to come from the back, close
Yeah.
to the
Oh,
end.
he's done it to me too
You
many
nailed it,
times.
Donny.
Yeah, yeah. Just dang, very good driver as well.
And there's our current race leader there, Blake Wilkie, picking his way through that lap traffic.
Oh,
2 minutes left on the timer if this thing
All
is
right,
accurate.
So we should get a white flag here.
You would, or does the time run out and then you get one more?
I reckon that this will be. I reckon it's going to come through. Yeah.
Okay, so time runs out.
let's
and then they
see.
get
White
one
flag should be coming out.
Or the next one.
Here's
No,
Blake.
I-
Let's see if he gets around the lap traffic or if it slows him down at all.
No,
I didn't see a
white
flag, so I think
next
it's going to
one.
be this lap and then one more most likely.
Yeah, their time will run out, and then they get one more lap after that.
Correct.
That's the way I understand it.
But yes, Diesel Ryan has moved into second place according to our tracker here.
Yeah. Looks like it according to the live stream as well.
Yeah, and these top three, they are pulling ahead of the field.
There's Dennis Letton still out there. He's hard and charging. I don't know if there's 11 cars on the course anymore.
Right?
Oh, there's 1109. First race
Oh.
ever, man. Those guys are camping next to us. They've been super cool. Oh, one lap
co-driver
left.
out.
They said their goal was to just finish the race.
We only have
So we've got about
EMPI, the first VW speed equipment.
I mean, he's got a fast engine, you know.
So we've
It's a
got about
Jimenez
30
racing
seconds
engine.
left of time here.
So we've got some very fast lap times out there.
My guess is first place is right now is Blake, Diesel Ryan in second, Cole Witt's in third, and I believe it's going to be Jim York and David Sanchez fourth and fifth place.
Yeah, I'm just looking here though. Diesel Ryan Rodriguez actually has the fastest lap of the race with a 1:46.5.
I truly believe that is correct.
And that is his last lap, so he is absolutely
That's-
on a charge.
Yeah, that's the alloy armor car. Diesel Ryan in the alloy armor Slowride car.
So this is our physical race leader right now. It is Blake Wilkie, and he's going to be bringing it on home if he can keep it together. What do you reckon, Fish? Have we seen a white flag yet?
I think we're going to see one here, huh?
Yeah, he should be on his. We're past our 40-minute mark. So now we're going up.
I don't want this to end. Getting good. Oh, there's second.
I think we're going to see one here, huh?
Yeah, he should be on his. We're past our 40-minute mark. So now we're going up.
I don't want this to end. Getting good. Oh, there's second place. Here's third place. You can see them all on the short course together. So unless something terribly goes wrong for Blake, it looks like he's going to take the win.
Yeah, just looking, he's got a fair lead now. There's the second place car, so it's at least 7
sorry, Kev.
seconds, I would have said.
Look at that. Dennis Letton charging hard. 30 years later, still racing Class 11. He's going to get a finish.
That's awesome. The only time I ever rode in a Class 11 car was with Dennis out here at an MDR race, the MDR 400 out here in Lucerne. It was a lot of fun.
And that was Cole Witt we saw just going around there then. Now, Cole Witt was running in second place for most of this race, but he either made a mistake or something happened, just pushed him back.
Diesel Ryan's just super fast. If he got around the lap traffic at the beginning of the race like Blake, I think they would have been battling.
Okay, we need to pay careful attention now, as the lead cars will be coming back round. And I'm guessing they're going to pick up the white flag, which means that 1 lap remaining. And this is the lead car. This is Blake Wilkie.
The X-Comp powered driven.
Can you see the
tires.
white flag? There is the white flag,
There it
ladies
is.
and gentlemen. Final
Okay,
lap as our
final
race
lap.
leader, Blake Wilkie,
Let's
crosses
see
the
it.
line.
One more.
Here we go, Fish.
So it's going to be 23 laps is what we're going to
Wow,
end up doing here.
that's a cool
That's a
race,
lot.
man.
That's awesome.
Nobody can complain about that, you know.
No, 40 minutes of
Start
racing.
changes,
Yep, desert.
the track changes, but hey, getting ready to race for 40 minutes, you know, on this track, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, we got 3 cars that are running on 22 laps right now. We've got Cole Witt in 3rd position, and with Diesel Ryan Rodriguez, and of course Blake Wilkie, our race leader. And he's been the race leader since around about lap 2, I want to say.
If not lap 1, yeah. He's
Yep, he was
he's
able to
just-
fight his way from the back of the field, making good line choices, looking ahead so he could get out in front of everybody. He's lapped a hell of a lot of people out here, so that has slowed him down just a little bit, but not enough to make him
he's
lose
charging.
that first place.
He's still charging.
I've also got to put a big shout out to the Class 11 drivers. They're really, really showing some respect for the race course out there, considering they only saw this course first time when they were taken out on that lap. Nobody's cutting corners. Fair play. What great racing from these guys. And this is it. This is Blake Wilkie right now, our race leader, making his way back round to Hammertown. I'll make it that he's only got one switch back, then 2 turns, and he will see the checkered flag. Fantastic in-shot view here. And if you're just joining us, this is the 2025 PRP Class 11 Showdown here in Hammertown. Blake Wilkie chucks it to the right. He'll be coming around, he's going to throw it to the left. And this is going to be the checkered flag any second now for Blake Wilkie, who will be the winner here at the 2025 PRP Class 11 Showdown.
Great run, great run. Blake, you know, hands down, starting position did not matter. You know, he took the smart lines, drove the smart race, and showed his talent.
Yeah, and Diesel Ryan crosses the line in second position. Both lead cars completing 23 laps.
Blake completing that in 43 minutes at 36.8 seconds, while Diesel Ryan was 43 minutes, 56.5. And then Cole Witt coming in third place at 44 minutes, 13 seconds.
And for Diesel Ryan, of course, he will also have the knowledge that he collected the fastest lap of the race with a 1:46.5. Fantastic stuff. And exactly as you called it, Donny. You said he was going to come fast right at the end, and that's exactly what he did.
Yep, just a little bit short. Yeah.
So and then our fourth and fifth places, they caught 22 laps in 44 minutes and 30 seconds. That's Jim York. And then David Sanchez, 22 laps, 44 minutes and 32 seconds in fifth place.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of racing going on there. So only 3 cars completed 23 laps. 2 cars completed 22, and then we've got a host of cars on 21 laps. Now, this is where it gets important, because we're down to 11th position, aren't we?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. Is there 11 cars that are going to finish? It does not look like it to me, but we will see.
Yeah, because right now, 1140 Kevin Reardon, he's out on the other side of the mountain, right?
Yep.
And then Evan Loeffler in 1109 is currently sitting in 11th place, but...
well, I'm making it that we've got 9 finishers at the moment.
Yeah.
9 finishers, so we're close. We're close.
Yeah, so I'm looking at 9th place, Avery Smith. In 8th, I'm looking at Sal Gomez. It does look like we've just had a 10th finisher as well in Evan Loeffler. So in 10th, yeah.
Oh, 11th place, the next person to finish, they actually get 4th pick off of that car. So is there going to be an 11th place finisher?
Well, we're just waiting to see right now.
We've also, but on the timing is showing 11:52. Steve Smith in 13th place with 14 laps. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. All right, looks like we've got some unofficial results for this race coming in here in a hot second. So in 10th place unofficially is Evan Loeffler.
In 9th is Avery Smith.
10th is Sal Gomez.
In 7th it's Chris May.
6th is our favorite Dennis Sletton.
Hey, in 5th it's David Sanchez.
4th is Jim York.
In 3rd is Cole Witt.
2nd is Diesel Ryan Rodriguez.
And in 1st place is the social media demon himself, is Blake Wilkie in the Mako Shark. Wow, what a race.
This PRP Class 11 Showdown presented by EMPI has been so much fun. Again, we were hoping to have 11 finishers so that we could get the special prize for 11. So what are you going to do then, Donnie, if we don't have 11 finishers?
Do we get to pick something?
That's not my decision. You know,
You're the expert up here, man. Come on.
I'll leave it up to maybe the class, maybe the race director. I don't know. But what I'm curious is, Blake won. What is he going to choose off of that car? Is he going to take the actual car, the body, pan, chassis, and trans? Or is he going to take the full set of
Or does he shock everybody and just take the lot?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you know, body parts are becoming more and more rare. Like, you can always... all you need is money to buy King shocks, right? But sometimes you can't find your fender. You can't find the body. You can't find a good pan in really, really good condition. So it might be worth your while to start off and just take all of that.
And then he also has the choice of La Buffadora gift certificate for fish tacos or 2 steaks from Fern's Barbecue. So first place gets the pick, and then 11th place will get the other one.
I love it.
I'm loving that. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Wow, what a race that's been amped up. Absolutely loving this.
I love the Class 11s. They're just so much fun. They make my heart sing. They really, really do. I've been able to ride and drive in a few Class 11s and have promptly rolled so many of them. But I'm really proud to be able to say that yes, I have been and I have raced in Class 11 because it definitely gives you a little bit of cred, right? Like these are the original grassroots motorsports guys who are in there doing it the absolute hard way, and you have to respect that.
Yeah, you do indeed. It does look like we have 10 finishers officially. So we've got that magic number 11.
Oh, yeah, we'll see what we do. We'll see.
We will. Now, Fish, we started this morning way back, 1,000 years ago.
It was 1,000 years ago.
With the qualifying for the unlimited classes tomorrow. Let's
Yes.
just talk about that very briefly before we start looking and getting these Class 11 guys up here on stage. Now, we've got some really big hitters out there. Can you remember who actually won?
Yes, it was Justin Bean Smith.
No.
Well,
No!
it was
He got
until
second.
Christopher Polvardi knocked him off the
Polvardi, right.
pole.
So
That's
we've got Christopher
right.
Pavoldi sitting on pole. And then we've got this weird thing. We're going to be sitting there with the T1s and T2s shuffling back down the pack all the way through to 10th position, if I'm not mistaken. And we've got some big hitters up in there. We've got Dale Dondell with Big Booty Judy, who's, I believe, is now an all-wheel drive truck, which I can't wait to see. And we've got Justin Bean Smith, who was unbelievably quick out there today. So many other cars. I'm really looking forward to that race. And that's going to be getting started at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, so do be sure that you join us then. Now, Fish, it was all about the limited race later on, where we saw Brock Hager bringing home an absolutely stupendous win after his takeout in Dakar. I mean, this guy is just another level, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, like we said earlier, he's just on a streak right now that is incredible. Baja 1000 win, Dakar win, and King of the Hammers win, all within, what, about 2.5 months of each other from November to January, right? That's a pretty big streak, and those are all the biggest races there are. It's not like the little small races that he just won.
Well, tomorrow we continue with our Toyo Desert Challenge presented by Monster Energy. That is Sunday, February 2nd. We're going to be starting at 9 o'clock for all of the unlimited classes. They will have until 3 o'clock to finish, so they'll have 7 hours of racing. Yes, math is hard, 7 hours of racing. And we'll see all the big boys and girls out there getting it. They will be doing the same course that the limited cars did today. Everything is already pre-dug out for them, so they have their work cut out.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting. I don't know where Ben is, but I want to know if we're going to start one at a time tomorrow. Does the top qualifier get to go by himself, or are we doing side by side like we did today? So we'll try to find that out. If so, it's going to be Christopher Polvardi lined up next to the Adam Lund entry of R.J. Anderson. They were 1 and 2 today. And then it is Justin Bean Smith and Kyle Jurgensen, the first 2 T2s that qualified 3rd and 4th overall. So it should be a really good race tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we really want Jurgensen and Justin Bean Smith to take off side by side just so that we can see those 2 trucks that are essentially the same really duke it out.
Exactly, and going through the order, that is the best way because you have 2 T1s, then you have 2 T2s, then you have 2 T1s again, so it would be that would be best for
us as the spectators and the show.
Christopher Polvardi would like to start by himself, but we'll see.
No, but that's okay. They're going to do what we want, Fish.
Yeah, exactly.
We are in charge here.
He's a team player. He's sponsored by Optima, and they're one of the sponsors out here. So
exactly,
it makes it good. Christopher's all about the TV and the blog videos and everything, so he'll understand.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we've got a lot of Class 11 fans gathered here in front of the live show stage, waiting for the interviews with our winners. We're going to get them up here on the stage as soon as we can. They're going to be getting their prizes, pick their prizes off of the bug, which I love. Donnie's told us all about the prizes that they can pick off of that white bug, basically parting out a car for the winners, which is always good. I mean, gosh, I know I spend all my money on car parts, so it would be really nice to get something for free.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So basically Blake, unofficial winner, he's get first pick to pick anything he wants off of that white Class 11 car out there. And he's got to use the Boxo tools that's in there. That's one of the prizes to pull his parts off of it. So we got...
I like that. That kind of makes it fun.
Yeah.
Here's the car. You have to take what you want off of the car.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, we don't do it for you.
Later.
So,
Yeah.
and just a quick rundown, again, what the parts are. The actual body, chassis, front end, and transmission, that's one prize.
The full set of Class 11 King shocks is a separate prize. The PRP seats is another prize. The mobile wagon wheels with General tires, that's another prize. An A1 exhaust, that's pretty much the standard that everybody runs on these engines. It's by far the superior rust. You're going to get that along with a dyno session, an engine dyno session from Jimenez Racing.
Oh, that's
he's
great.
One of the premier engine builders in this class, and he donated his personal time to tune and dyno your engine. EMPI Rhino case, that's the engine, the transmission cases that EMPI came out in the last year or two. They're superior. It's super super strong. The old magnesium German cases are becoming harder to find. EMPI made a Rhino super strong case. That's one of the prizes that's in there. Another prize is a full EMPI axle kit. That's about $500. EMPI carburetor with an EMPI shifter. That's another prize. And then there's PRP Schrady seat belts and a PRP Schrady steering wheel. That's going to be grouped as one prize. And then the 10th prize is a box arm kit. It's by Rulo's Performance Parts, and all his parts are made out of chromoly with Seiko pulleys packaged in with that, and an airbox from Man Welder. So, and then there's the 11th prize fell on the ground. That's the Boxel tool roll, and that's the Tim Sletton gift card. So you're going to get a Boxel tool roll, and Tim Sletton, he's one of the guys been building these Class 11 cars for years. He also builds engines, Sletton Engineering, but he donated a $500 store credit to his shop. So whether it's for prepping your car, whether it's for engine building, engine tuning, whatever. So those are the 11 prizes that we're going to be giving away. And if there's not 11th finisher, I don't know what to say. I don't know what's going to happen. That's not my job.
Those are all some really great, really valuable prizes. I don't know exactly which one I would pick. But we have got our unofficial first place winner here at the PRP Class 11 Showdown. Blake Wilkie.
Yeah, absolutely. Blake Wilkie coming on stage now, and he is with Pam Hall. Pam, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Blake Wilkie, no stranger to the podium out here at King of the Hammers. Here you are once again up here. How you feel?
Good. That was rough as shit.
That's what I keep hearing from everybody about the race course all day long, but here you are up here unofficially in that #1 spot. We're going to make this quick because we're going to go right into awards later on. So who all would you like to thank for getting you out here?
Everyone that's volunteering here, the crew, we are racing 3 classes. So with pre-running and getting all the cars ready, it's been gnarly. It didn't go good in the UTV today. We got smacked by a 10 car, punk. And my girlfriend co-drived with me again. This is our 2nd win together. 4th King of the Hammers win out of 5 here. And this is a good one. This one feels good.
Well, do you even get sleep with prepping all these other cars you're racing in?
No, not nearly enough. Ask her. I built a Bronco that's sick, the Blood Shark. I haven't even played with it yet because I don't want to break that and then have more shit to fix. So we're going to go play with that tomorrow after the TT race, and we're enjoying the ride. This is amazing. Thank you all for coming and watching us. If you're thinking about building a bug, build a bug. They're rad, but just don't forget your kidney belt like me.
You know better than that. You're no rookie to this. So good job out there today, and good luck for the rest of the weekend. We'll do our awards back up here at 6 o'clock tonight. So Blake Wilkie, good job.
Thank you very much, Pam. So good to hear from Blake, a 4-time winner out here at King of the Hammers at this race. Wow.
Blake has our number out here, man. He's after year, he's always up there.
Well, he's got the Mako Shark, and that's a man killer straight away. So Blake's going to get off the stage now. Now, how are you going to do these prizes? Are the prizes going to be done later on?
That is some air-cooled goodness right there, everyone.
Can you smell that?
I can. It smells like victory.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
there we go.
This is the best class
Ryan.
Ever.
Diesel Ryan and his co-driver, Todd. He works with me.
All right, we got a bunch
So,
of fans
Pam?
down there. Pam, take it away.
All right, thanks. All right, Diesel, Ryan Rodriguez up here, unofficially in the number 2 spot, but here you are. How you feel?
Yeah, first loser. I mean, it was a challenging race. Congrats to Blake. He drove his ass off, and we tried to do our best, and that's what we did. So we're happy with the results.
Well, it looked like a fun race out there. It looked like a rough race out there. Who all would you like to thank for getting you here?
Oh, man, honestly, I can't do it with everybody that stands behind me. My mom, my dad, my grandparents, my beautiful, my fiance, my daughter, grandpa, Slowride Garage, Donnie, Troll, Carlos, my brother Daniel, Alloy Armor, Slowride Garage, King Shocks, German Auto Performance, Boxo, Loose and Lost. Man, I'm known for forgetting stuff, but everybody, my dad, Chip Dog, General Tire. Without everybody that helps me, I couldn't do it. So thank you, everybody.
Well, it definitely takes an army, and you have a very large one behind you. Congratulations. We'll see you back up here at the awards at 6.
Can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pam. That is
Congrats,
Diesel
guys.
Ryan Rodriguez, the unofficial second place here at the PRP Class 11 Showdown presented by MP. We're going to try to get all of these guys up here, but again, our awards is going to happen at 6 o'clock. We'll be giving away these fantastic trophies made by LaserNut, I do believe. We always have a really, really good hardware to give away to all of our racers. And coming up next is the 1129. This is Cole Witt in the unofficial 3rd place. Looking good in that neon and black bug. Let's let him get out of the car, and Pam's got an interview.
All right, Cole Witt, here you are. You were running in that number 2 spot for a while, and then you ended up unofficially in that 3rd position. Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. Those guys are so fast. It's crazy. So Ian pulled the great pill draw, got us up front, and we just tried to keep the pace. I mean, Blake is fast, and kind of see Ryan in the back, and he just kind of kept inching on me and just kind of had more pace than us. So that was our first time out. Just finished the car like 10 days ago, and the Eisenhower brothers were awesome, that whole family. Coolest family out here for sure. They just have opened their arms to us and just really kind of let us come into the desert world, and this is where we're decided to try it out for our first time. It was a little bit of a wake-up call, but it's a lot of fun. So I gotta thank the family for bearing with me to let me pull 2 a.m. nights in the garage and just a lot of goofy stuff. So it was cool. Tim Sletton, dude's awesome. Taught us everything and really made this possible for us. So it's not us, it's all those guys.
Well, congratulations up here unofficially in the number 3 spot. We'll see you back up here at the awards.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Pam. We love hearing these stories of everybody out here as they've come across the finish line in this awesome Class 11 race, one of the most entertaining races that happens out here at King of the Hammers. Definitely one of my favorite ones. And it looks like we've got our unofficial 4th place coming up. This should be 11.
EMPI, a tradition of performance. For over 60 years, a brand synonymous with VWs. Known around the world for quality, speed, and innovation. EMPI, the first in VW speed equipment.
Stuff I'm used to, and we went door to door to door. It was great. Bent bumpers, bent fenders, but that was just all part of it, and it was a great time.
Well, that's all that matters is that you had a lot of fun, but I know it takes an army to get you out here. Who all would you like to thank?
Oh man, a huge shout out to Dixon Flannel, and then we got the guys from Good Boy Vodka, Bucked Up Energy, as well as Liquid Molly, all making it happen. Like this was very, very, very last minute for us to even come and think about racing hammers. First time racing hammers. Bunch of changes, but an awesome time, and got to do it with my girlfriend, so win-win.
Exactly. Now, did you have fun?
Oh, yeah, I'd do it again.
That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. But Jim York, we're going to keep on moving here, but congratulations on finishing your first hammers.
Thank you so much, Pam. Again, that is Jim York in the 1141 Dixon Class 11 with that awesome plaid livery. I do love a plaid.
Well, that's fantastic, because I'm sitting here wearing one.
I know, you look so handsome.
Well, you need to thank Roxy at the King of the Hammers merchandise booth.
I know.
See, if you want yourself a decent plaid shirt with a nice King of the Hammers logo, go and see Roxy and the girls, and she'll get you some.
Dixon Class 11 with that awesome plaid livery. I do love a plaid.
Well, that's fantastic because I'm sitting here wearing one.
I know, you look so handsome.
Well, you need to thank Roxy at the King of the Hammers merchandise booth.
I know.
See, if you want yourself a decent plaid shirt with a nice King of the Hammers logo, go and see Roxy and the girls, and she'll get you sorted.
I'm going to go see Roxy tomorrow morning. All right, and looks like coming up here we have 1196 unofficial 5th place. This is David Sanchez. They were having a really good race out there, a lot of fun.
Yeah, we watched him racing most of the time against Jim York. That was a fantastic battle, wasn't it?
I know.
Can you imagine the shock they would have had when they suddenly were getting passed by those top 3 cars?
Right, and you're like,
where do you guys come from?
All right, Pam, let's see what you got.
All right, here with David Sanchez Jr. You have a smile on your face, thumbs up. You had fun out there, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun, door-to-door racing. I mean, can't ask for anything better than this.
Well, I mean, obviously the Class 11 is one of the fan favorites out here. The crowd was awesome over here watching it, and I know it takes a whole bunch of people to get you here. Who all would you like to thank?
I have quite a bit of list. First of all, family, friends. My sister is my co-driver. Without her, she's my second pair of eyes out there. Sled Engineering, King Shocks, La Bufadora food truck. Couldn't do it without them either. Keeps us fed all weekend long. Slowride, can't forget them, dude. They're great. Can't ask for anything more from any of my sponsors. Just thanks to everybody. I mean, Man Welder. I mean, there's a long list, and I know I'm forgetting a couple of people, and I feel bad about it, but just thanks to everybody.
Well, I'm glad you had a blast out there. Congratulations, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. You've got so much. Pam, your energy up there is so great. I just want to say how much I appreciate you. Down there talking to all the racers. Everyone loves you. Nobody loves you, Jim. Sorry.
Well, I know that. That's why I'm here on my own. Right.
All right.
Annie, as we get another one up on stage, I'm going to dive out, and I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and sharp.
Bright and early. Thanks so much for all your work today, Jim. Love you, mean it, bye.
I'll see you in a bit.
All right, and this is Dennis.
Forest land, feet twice the size of any man, rising from the ground, smacking dust in the seat with a great big smile. Slowly makes his retreat.
Whenever someone asks, "How was your weekend?" Or, "What have you been up to?" Or just, "What's new?" Have a good answer. Just do what you love. Toyo Tires.
To rock out there 3 times, it was short course.
Well, you guys finished. That's all that matters up here with smiles on your face. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Again, letting a big name in Class 11, both driving, prepping, fabricating, and building engines. And it looks like they had a great time today. Dennis Letton finished 21 laps with a time of 43 minutes and 48.5 seconds. But coming up next should be 1181. That is right, 1181. This is Chris May. Unofficially second place. Sounds like Chris has got a lot of fans out there. He did 21 laps in 43 minutes and 51 seconds.
Chris May, all the way from South Carolina. Is this the one? Is this your Vegas Reno bug? 'Cause I know you have multiple.
I but one, so yeah, this is it right here.
This bug also finished Vegas Reno, y'all. It's the only bug that was in the class, but they finished. But Chris May, you guys look good out there. How'd you feel?
Man, I'm excited that we finished top whatever, 7th. Man, I really got to thank Will Harris, Residential Grading, Underdog Racing. We all come out here together. But also got to give a thank to Dale at Cross Air Cooled back home, South Carolina. We're learning, and they think I'm crazy and I'm buying these expensive parts and putting stuff together and don't really know what we're doing, but we're learning and having a blast. So.
Well, you guys are all always having a blast, having fun out here, and so it's good to see you guys out here racing this again this year. But yeah, next time.
Yeah, we'll be back. We're gonna do a desert race this year. We ain't figured out what we're doing, but thanks to J-Ron, my co-driver here, and PRP, King, Mobile Wagon, and Crawl Off-Road. Thanks, everybody. This is awesome.
Awesome. Oh, wait, we forgot somebody. Who'd you say?
Zirkis. Kyle Zirkis.
Kyle Zirkis for giving me information on how to build an engine and what to build and put it together, and it worked. I mean, can't believe it stayed together, to be honest with you.
Well, here you are there at the finish. Congratulations.
Hey, I'll take you for a ride later, you know.
Thanks so much, Pam. What a great interview. You know, I love the fact that they're out here from all the way from the other side of the country, from the Carolinas, thanking everybody who has helped them, you know, learn how to build an engine. There is so much, these vehicles are fairly easy to work on, but you've still got to learn how to do that. And the Class 11s, everyone is so open with their knowledge and making sure that everyone knows what's going on and sharing it, because that way a rising tide lifts all boats, right? So this is the 11-13 Sal Gomez, 21 laps in 44 minutes and 26 seconds.
All right, did we have Sal in the actual Sal? All right. Oh, you were in the driver's seat and then you got out to get up here. Did you have fun?
I had a blast, absolute blast. I have to hold my door open because you guys can see it was a blast. I mean, door-to-door racing. This is the first time we've done King of Hammers, and absolutely loved it. I want to thank Tim Sletton for building a motor that is just impeccable. Running it, I know he doesn't want to hear it, 6,200 RPM, and it never failed, not for a minute. Andres Verna for being my co-dog, and the whole team of ARG for being out here and supporting us.
Well, congratulations on your finish. Welcome to King of the Hammers. Hopefully we see you back out here next year.
You shall.
Awesome. All right, Sal Gomez.
Sal, I hate to tell you this, but Sletton is going to kill you for running that motor at 6,500 RPM. You're going to be in big trouble, my
62.
friend.
They're saying 62.
All right, we've got Avery Schmidt should be coming up next in an unofficial 9th place. That is the 1194 car. So as Sal makes his way off the podium here, we've got unofficial 9th coming up. What we really love is making sure that everybody has the chance to speak to their fans. I love that they've put a baseball cap on the top of their vehicle. Again, this is Avery Schmidt completing 20 laps in 44 minutes and 51 seconds.
This is really exciting to actually get to interview you, Avery, for the first time. I know you've been racing this bug, but it's so exciting to see you out here racing. And how much fun did you have out there?
So much. I had so much fun bringing my brother out here. It was his first time at anything like this, and then he gets to ride with me, so that was awesome. That's something I'll never forget.
I mean, it's so fun because once you got in one of these, I don't think you ever wanted to get out, did you?
Correct.
Well, you're obviously one of those out there that's always having the fun, smile on your face. Who all do you want to thank?
My future in-laws and my fiance for sure, and Josh have been working so hard on this, and then to bring it, let alone finish, and then finish in top 10, I mean, it's amazing. It's crazy how much work they put into this, but it's obviously showing, so I thank them.
Well, it has to do with some driver skill, too.
I mean, I would like to think so.
Well, congratulations, Avery. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right, Avery Smith.
Congrats to Avery. They're in the 1194 vehicle, coming in the top 10 with that awesome-looking Stars and Stripe liveried bug. Our 10th place coming up here in a second is Evan Loeffler. Evan is in the 1109 vehicle. He completed 18. That'd be funny. 18 laps for a total time of 45 minutes and 41 seconds. So pulling in there, getting out so we can get his time on the stage. And let's see what Evan and his co-dog have to say.
All right, Evan Leffler up here. I have to ask you, first of all, I think you might be the youngest driver so far. How old are you?
16.
16. You're definitely the youngest driver I've seen today.
Class 11 race, our first Class 11 race ever.
Oh my goodness, how exciting. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was super fun.
Okay, so is this the first time you've ever driven a stick shift?
No, I daily drive a stick shift, but it's like my third time driving the car, so that, yeah.
Well, as long as you had fun, that's all that matters. All right, who all would you like to thank for getting you out here?
I'd like to thank my uncle for buying the car and letting me drive. I'd like to thank my dad for fixing the car, and he's gonna have to fix it again because it's broken. I'd like to thank my neighbor Jeff, his son Logan, and his friend Matt for being my pit crew.
Well, congratulations on finishing your first King of the Hammers out here in the Class 11. We'll see you next time.
All right, yep.
All right. I think that is going to conclude our interviews right now, Emmy, for up here.
Third place. Everyone here did 23 laps, which is pretty awesome. Coming in third place is Mr. Cole Witt. Cole, come on up here. Where are you, buddy? Cole's like trying to get the parts off of the bug that they get. I love the fact, so if you guys didn't hear earlier, everyone who has won and placed up to 11th place, they will get to take a part off of this bug here. So we've got Cole coming up. You are going to get your trophy over there from Pam, Cole, and his co-driver, as well as what looks like a little driver in training. So that is third place, Cole Witt. Coming in second place, that's right, it's one of our favorites, the late charger, Diesel Ryan Rodriguez. Come on up here, Diesel Ryan. Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, he's getting parts off the car already. Sorry, Ryan, I hate to interrupt you, but you got to come up here and get your hardware. Come on, Bubba. Now, Ryan was in third place for a lot of the race, but then he came up from behind, just like Donnie predicted that he would, and gained a little bit of ground there on Cole. It's awesome to see him up here getting his hardware from the Laser Nut Trophies. Yeah, Ryan. And in first place, you know him. Hopefully you love him. I don't know, maybe you might hate him because he always beats you. Am I right, Class 11 guys? It's the one and only Blake Wilkie coming in first in the PRP Class 11 shootout sponsored by EMPI. Come on up, Blake, and your co-driver. Blake had a fantastic run today. He fought back in from the field, from the rear part of the field, was able to get into first place for most of the race and held a very, very strong lead. So congratulations, Blake. Congratulations, Diesel Ryan, and to Cole as well. You guys kicked some major butt. Let's hear it for our podium finishers here at the PRP Class 11 Shootout presented by EMPI. Yeah, buddy! Looking good. All right, now you guys go get your parts off that bug.